As preparations for the 2016 UEFA Champions League final gather pace, we're in Madrid with Real and Atletico. Zidane and Simeone, both dreaming of creating history in Milan.
I dreamt of playing for Real Madrid. I wanted to do it. I wanted to wear that famous white shirt. And my dream came true thanks to the president who brought me here as a player. And now I'm lucky enough to coach the greatest club in the world, so I'm a happy man.
During 5 seasons as a Real Madrid player, Zinedine Zidane's performances were outstanding. Now, less than 5 months into his first senior coaching role, the Frenchman has already overseen 21 victories from just 26 matches at the club he adores.
I have only positive words to describe Zizou since his arrival. Despite having not been here for long and not having that much experience, he really boosted the team. We try to implement the ideas that he had as a player, which he is now adapting as a coach, as well as we can. I think we found an excellent balance to our game as a team, and he's been getting the best out of every player at a crucial stage of the season.
He is a coach who loves the game and loves to play offensively. He likes attacking football. He likes to bring movement to our game, for us to circulate the ball quickly. During training sessions, he's added a physical element in order to enable us to play higher up the pitch, which is what he's looking for in our matches.
He's easy to deal with and easy to work with. He's a great friend of the players. His training methods are modern, and any player who has a problem looks to Zidane because he's a reference point for everyone at the club. I think Zizou's success, his victories and achievements are all down to his charisma, his approachability, his humility, his simplicity, and above all his ambition to always be a champion.
The only title I hadn't won was the Champions League. So to win it with Real Madrid was the icing on the cake. That was the only thing I still needed to achieve, and I did it with this club. So it was wonderful for me. I cherish every single moment I've had here, and I often tell myself that I've been very, very lucky to have had such a successful career at this great club.
The 2002 final, played at Hampden Park in Glasgow, will forever be remembered for Zidane's exquisite winning goal.
It's a goal that went down in the history of the Champions League. I have my idols, but of the players I played with, Zidane stood out. That goal came in a difficult match against Leverkusen. We were winning 1-0, then Lucio equalised. It was a difficult match.
You only score a volley like that once in your career. There's no explanation for it. You simply have to be happy and enjoy scoring a goal like that. I've been very lucky to have experienced such moments with Real Madrid.
That victory marked Real's 9th triumph in Europe's premier club competition. They'd wait 12 years for their next, by which time Zidane was back at the club as assistant coach to Carlo Ancelotti. The drama of victory in Lisbon 2 years ago could hardly have been greater. Real won in extra time, having trailed Atletico deep into the 3rd minute of injury time.
I've always been very optimistic. I have a very positive attitude. My father and grandfather always told me that even if there's only 1 second left, there's still hope. You've got to have that attitude until the very end. And that's always been the attitude of this club too, throughout its history, that you have to fight to the very end. It's true that even though time was running out, I kept striving and believing that it was possible. And thanks to that, I managed to experience one of the best moments of my life, finally lifting the trophy in such a great competition. one which I hadn't won before. It was my first final too. I think the Champions League owed me something, and that's how it repaid me, with the goal I scored from that Modric corner in the dying stages of the match. In a moment like that, you think about all of your friends and family, and those who can't be with you, of all the Real Madrid fans who were there, and those who weren't. I'd been playing for Real Madrid for a while, and it took us a long time to finally reach that final. It was a piece of unfinished business for me. It wasn't an obsession, but I was really eager to experience a Champions League final. So it was an unforgettable moment. And of course, everything feels so much better when you've won, because unfortunately nobody remembers who came second.
Real Madrid. Real Madrid.
Real Madrid.
The 10-time champions of Europe.
The undisputed kings of Europe.
In Milan, we'll fight for our 11th crown.
The focus now for Real is the 2016 UEFA Champions League final. Once again, their opponents are Diego Simeone's Atletico Madrid, who they've beaten only once in 10 encounters. But Real have not lost to their city rivals in this competition for 57 years. This season they've kept 10 clean sheets in 12 UEFA Champions League matches and ended their domestic campaign with 12 straight victories.
We all know it will be a difficult game, but we'll arrive there in good shape, both physically and mentally. The end of our league season was extraordinary, more than extraordinary. We know it will be a complex and difficult match against Atletico. As I've often said, before the game it will be 50-50. And that will remain the case from the first minute until the last. They will defend extremely well, as they always do. But I don't think you can say that Atletico Madrid are a team that only defends. That's not the case. They play good football too, and can make it difficult for their opponent. We're aware of that. We'll prepare for it, and we'll try to play our game, so that we don't have any regrets come the end of the match.
For me, the most important thing is to defend well, to defend as a team and to be able to dig in when required. In attack, we're lucky enough to have great players who have a lot of quality and can make things happen and score goals at any moment. Only time will tell, but we have to show the humility, hard work and effort that have got us this far. We need to be able to dig in, play more like a team than ever, and defend well. If we do that, it will be a big step in the right direction for this match.
Congratulations to Spanish football. Once again, two teams from the capital are in the final, Real Madrid and Atletico. It shows that Spanish football is at a very high level. For everyone at the club, it's a reason to be happy. La Undécima is close. It just depends on our ability, our strength, and our mental preparation to play a good match and win.
What really matters is winning trophies. And as we all know, winning the Champions League cements your position as one of the best clubs in the world. Real Madrid have been up there throughout the competition's history, and we want to reclaim that position. In order to do that, we'll have to put in a top performance and win the game. I think Real Madrid are a big club no matter what, and we will always be up there battling with the very best for the greatest honours.
A la Madrid. A la Madrid.
Still to come, standing on the verge of history, Atletico Madrid's inspirational leader sets his focus on Milan.
Ever since I had the opportunity to return to the club, I've been thinking about being the best and doing as well as we possibly can. Why? Because I know the club. I know what it needs. I know what the people think. I know what the board thinks. And I know what it feels like for the players to play for this club.
Diego Simeone. Club Atlético de Madrid.
A player of tenacity, passion and determination, Diego Simeone represented Atletico Madrid 154 times across 2 spells in the Spanish capital. And since taking over as coach at the Vicente Calderón in December 2011, he's instilled those same qualities into his team. As Los Rojiblancos have evolved into one of European football's preeminent forces.
We've been working on our style of play for the last 4.5 years, particularly on our levels of intensity.
I think the coach and the team have developed together. He knew what this team needed, and he transmitted to us his way of playing and the way he understands football. And I think he succeeded. We all follow what he says and his footballing philosophy. And thankfully, everything has worked out well.
He demands a lot of us in training and in matches. He always wants more. And that's ensured that we give everything all the time to improve. He's part of the reason why I've reached this level, and I hope to keep on learning alongside him.
When new players come in, they have to understand our way of doing things and what you need in order to play for Atletico Madrid. Because it's obvious that when you join a club like this, you have talent, but you need to be part of a group. Work hard and put your heart into it. We're very happy and proud to be back in the final in Milan, which is something we've been hoping to achieve. I have great memories from my time in Milan. It was a crucial period for me. I found it very tough initially, having come from the Spanish league. It wasn't easy at the beginning. I found it hard to cement my place and become an important member of the team. But I did manage that in November of that season, when I scored an important goal for Inter against AC Milan. I also have very fond memories of winning the UEFA Cup final when we beat Lazio.
14 years after that success, Simeone would lift the same trophy with Atletico Madrid. It was his first title as coach at the club and the start of an incredible period of success that has seen Atleti reach 2 UEFA Champions League finals in 3 years, both against their biggest domestic rivals.
Since 2014, there has been substantial overhaul in the squad. But we're back in the final again, and still have several of the players who were around last time, and we're hopeful that it will go our way. Like I always say, there is no such thing as revenge in football, or in life for that matter, but rather there are new opportunities. In my opinion, revenge is a negative word, because it harks back to a defeat or a bad moment. On the other hand, there's the word opportunity, which is about optimism, security, confidence and what's to come. And that's what we want to show in the Champions League.
Diego Godín, Club Atlético de Madrid.
A minute is a long time in football. Many things can happen, and so it proved.
Lisbon, May 2014. And Atletico were just seconds away from winning the UEFA Champions League for the first time in their history.
The goal felt great. It was a nice goal. But we didn't lift the trophy, and that was the important thing. We wanted to win that final.
Gavi, Club Atlético de Madrid.
It was a difficult period for us. The team did a fantastic job for 93 minutes, and that goal was very hard to take. We were all very tired, and we weren't at our best during extra time. You could see that. Real made the most of that and was superior.
But since that night, Atletico have lost just once in 10 games against Real, and there's a growing belief within the squad that this is their time.
Year on year we've been developing. I think that tells you about the team's mentality and shows the hunger we have for success. I'm the first to say that we still dream of lifting the trophy. We don't hide that. That's what we're working and fighting for.
We're not looking for payback. We have 6 or 7 new players, if I'm not mistaken. We're a new team. That said, those of us who were there in Lisbon want to write a new chapter.
On their run to the final, Atleti have excelled, eliminating the champions of the Netherlands, Spain and Germany, and keeping 8 clean sheets in 12 matches.
Our big secret is the effort the team puts in. I sound like a broken record, but it's the truth. The way the whole team works together to help the defence is incredible. I always see Fernando, Antoine or Carrasco, or any forward, defending with us in our own box. Because that's what we have to do. That shows how committed we are as a team and how much we believe in our style of play.
Atleti's passion and spirit has been exemplified by club captain Gabi, an ever-present in the Champions League this campaign. Born in Madrid and a product of the club's youth academy, Gabi has made 316 appearances for Atletico Madrid. On his 317th, he'll hope to lead his team to victory over the 10-time champions of Europe, and then to lift football's most prestigious club prize.
I think that Real Madrid represent complete power, with all their history and everything they're doing now, while Atletico is a club that fights and wants to be on the same level as the big clubs. We want to compete with them, although we have fewer resources. But I don't think this rivalry is about which team has more power. It's about which team has more hope. We want to do it for all the passionate people who are part of this club. Our fans and members are our 12th man. They are very important for the club, and we are full of respect for them. They are enjoying this moment, and we want to do this for them, and for the people who never stopped believing in us. We want to win this final for them. Milan on May 28th. We'll fight for our first European crown. Atleti.
It's been another remarkable season in the UEFA Champions League for Atletico Madrid, a club that's been transformed under the inspirational guidance of Diego Simeone. Now, just one game remains.
We've already played against probably 2 of the top 3 teams in the world, and now we're going to face the 3rd in the final. Yes, they're different to Barcelona and Bayern Munich. They're a much more direct team, who are a massive threat from set pieces. They're very strong defensively, particularly with players like Pepe, Varane, Ramos and Casemiro, has added balance to a team who already have a lot of firepower. We'll be prepared, and we'll look to play the game on our terms. Fingers crossed, that will be enough for us to do what we want, which is to win.
So now all eyes turn to Milan, where 2 rivals from the Spanish capital, featuring some of world football's most exciting talents, go head-to-head to decide who will become champions of Europe.